the caption. This is just going to be me getting ready, but I'm going to be playing with the Shane Dawson, or JeffreeStarXShaneDawson Mini Controversy palette. I wanted to test out the versatility of it. Obviously it's not an original idea. Everyone and their mother has pretty much done it. You can see it all over YouTube. But I did want to, do my own take on it, because that's what makeup is. It's fun. You get to channel your own creativity out of it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Should I move my camera? Nah, I think it's fine. It's fine. If it's awful, somebody let me know. I'm going to walk through all of the steps. If anybody has any questions, wants my feedback on a specific type of product, just let me know real quick. Make sure you fuel up with some G Fuel. Gotta stay powered up, man. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to use, I'm going to prime my face with the Juno & Co. Moonshine Miracle Cream. And I'm just going to apply this all over my face. Kind of like, looking like a war paint. Oh my god, I totally have these on backwards. Whoops. Does anybody have any big brain moments on a Monday? Because I'm sure not. I just started playing Elder Scrolls Online last night, and for like, I don't know, 10-20 minutes, I was so frustrated at one of the steps. Those who are familiar with the game, in the beginning when they tell you to destroy one of the sentinels, I could not figure out for the life of me, because it led me to this one spot and I was like, how do I destroy the sentinel? Because the only weapon you have in the beginning is your fist, so how are you supposed to destroy something with your fist? Like, it's supposed to be this structure. Anyways, long story short, I felt really small brained for like 20 minutes before I just gave up and Googled it and found out I was at the wrong structure. Yep. You live and you learn. But yeah, if anybody plays Elder Scrolls and they have tips, suggestions that could help me succeed in the game, I'm all ears. Right now I am listening to I Made a Mess Here by Dylan Rockoff. If anybody has not heard of him, I definitely recommend checking him out. He is a remarkably talented artist. He's more acoustic based, and that's honestly my preference and style of music. I like very chill music, but I like pretty much any kind of music if I'm being 100% honest, but chill music is honestly my preference. It's just my ideal mindset. It's where I try to be most of the time, so I try to keep my music within that same area. So next I'm going to take the Wander Beauty Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil. I got this in, I believe, my BoxyCharm subscription, and I genuinely like it. I have this and then a couple other products from Wander Beauty, and I have enjoyed them so much that I became one of their affiliates. And I was super proud when they accepted me as one of their affiliates. I was like, yay, you think I'm good enough. So I just take one drop and I apply one on my forehead, one on each cheek, and one in my mid-region, and distribute that with my fingers. I apologize for the mic interference, just because I keep hitting it with my hand, if that's affecting it at all. If not. Nope, that's uncomfortable. Putting it back in the right one. I'll just try to hit it less. Obviously, I am not one of the super official hardcore streamers because I do not have the gear, the setup, the headphones in particular, the the whole setup, so I do apologize for that. I'm growing, I'm starting out small, building my way up, so thank you all for having patience with me as, you know, I grow and I do this. So next I'm going to be priming my eyelids. I'm going to be taking the, oh, you know what? My biggest pet peeve is when I do not have my hair back. And I share that same thing for when I see people do makeup videos online. Put your freaking hair back. Oh my gosh. it's just, ugh. No thank you. Alright, so rant over. I'm gonna take the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion and I'm gonna apply that on my left eye. Then I'm gonna take my Too Faced Shadow Insurance Anti-Crease Eyeshadow Primer. I'm gonna be applying that on my right eye. Just so that way I can test out which one works better and improving the longevity of the product. Since, you know, this is a new eyeshadow palette. So full disclosure, I've already actually, I mean everyone's seen the palette if you've seen the series, but I've already opened the palette and I've done swatches because I wanted to have those imprints clear and beautiful for my blog post on it. And I can tell you right now, it does not smell that great. I mean, it doesn't smell as potent as the Anastasia Beverly Hills ones did, but it still has a chemical smell to it. So heads up, you're gonna have to leave it open, let it air out for a couple of minutes, and then you should be good. Now I'm listening to an oldie but a goodie. What goes around comes around by good old JT. I don't care who you are, if you don't like JT's classics, I don't know if we could be friends. Just kidding. We could still be friends. But I will judge you for not liking an iconic figure like him. Alright, so next I'm going to apply the Too Faced one. So this one is a lot thinner of a consistency versus the Urban Decay one is very thick. I like how they both dry pretty sheer and they hold color, or not color, but pigment very well. And I haven't really seen any kind of creasing with either of them when it comes to other, you know, brands' formulations. But considering I have never tried Jeffree Star's products, I know, that's pretty much a sin if you're a makeup artist, but, you know, whatever. I wanted to test out the difference, if one works better, if they work exactly the same. We're gonna put that to the test today. Okay, first, I need to prime my lips, because girls got really dry skin, and my lips get chapped. So I want to give a full disclosure. I'm not going to be able to look at both cameras at the same time. I'm using two cameras right now. One I am doing for the live stream. The other I am doing to record for my YouTube channel. So that way it gets the same content. That way it's all inclusive. Nobody gets left out. So just a heads up, I will be looking back and forth. And then I also have my mirror right over here on this side. Just so everybody is aware. I'm not like looking off into the distance, pondering the meaning of life. I'm just looking at either the mirror, looking for a product that I have right in front of me, or looking at one of the cameras in front of me. Oh, why did I grab this? Dumb. Okay, so primer's on there. I used the, oh, did I even say what I was using? The Tristique Mini Plumping Lip Balm in Barbados Berry. I did a review on this because I got this from my FabFitFun, not the box itself. I got it from the FabFitFun edit sale. And if y'all aren't subscribed to it, pretty much it's kind of like this exclusive sale that they sell products. It used to be just generally beauty lifestyle products, but now they've even expanded and they sell furniture, appliances. Like, they're crazy with all the things that they sell, but they are sold at an insane fraction of the price. I got this bad boy, and I'm so glad that I did, because ooh, it feels so light, but it's so moisturizing. It feels wonderful. And you can see I barely put a little bit, and there's plenty of pigment to it. All right, so now I'm gonna go into the little baby herself, the Mini Controversy, and I'm gonna take my Luxie 209 large shader brush, and I'm gonna be taking the color Cry on My Couch, and I'm going to just use that to set my eye primer. Hopefully I didn't set into the crease, because I've just been talking this whole time and leaving my eyes open, which is not what I normally do, but that's okay. We're human. So we're just patting that color on from my lash line up to my brows. Has anybody else tried this palette? I love going and checking on Instagram all the creative looks that people come up with. I'm not at that level yet, but I hope to one day be. You know, practice makes perfect. And you need to be really careful when picking up product, because a little goes a long way. You barely touch the pan and a ton of product will pick up, so just be careful. But y'all, these are probably the creamiest mattes I've ever felt in my life. I've got really dry skin, and so most of the time you can feel I can feel when I'm wearing a matte, and it ain't always great. Had to focus my other camera. But this, it just feels so nice. It honestly, I don't know, it's just, trust me, it is a night and day difference. If you are big into makeup and you can distinct like if you've been real snobby about it, you can distinct the difference, you'll be able to tell. Holy smokes, you will be able to tell. Let's see. Next, I'm going to be taking Exposed with my Alamar Cosmetics blender brush, if I can find it. Not gonna substitute something else. There we go. I'm gonna be taking Exposed, which is this light purple color. And I'm just gonna be, oh my god, I totally skipped the other step. So to stay on track, because I can ramble on pretty much forever, I wrote down a little plan. So this is everything that I should be using just to keep me in focus, despite my little side chatter. So I skipped Controversy. I apologize for that. I will go back. For that, I'm going to use my Luxie 246 and 229. I found the 229. The downside to having a ton of brushes is they kind of all slip away from you when you're looking for them. Alright, so with the Luxie 229, I'm going to take the color Controversy, this dark purple right here. I'm going to be patting that color on in the crease, and then with my Luxie 229 tapered blending brush, I'm just going to be softening that line out. And I love the imprints. If y'all haven't checked them out or seen like any close-ups of them, the imprints, like Controversy, My Apology, have little teacups, which are adorable. Cry on My Couch and Canceled are eyes with tears. My Boyfriend's Purse and Exposed are the ShaneDawson logo. And then the Simulation and Flat Earth are Jeffree Star's logos. My Controversy is a matte purple, by the way. So if you were not one of the people who were able to get your hands on this palette, just get a very vibrant matte purple if you want to mimic how I'm doing this look. Alright, so now the song I'm listening to is Black Flies by Ben Howard. He is a great artist. I believe he's English, if I'm not mistaken. Do not quote me on that. I do not know his biography. I'm only basing that on his accent. But yeah, some of his more common, like most popular songs are Black Flies, Oats in the Water, and oh man, there's like one other. It'll probably come to me in a minute. But in the meantime, I also want to see how bad this stains, because that's kind of a main concern for a lot of people. And I have some important stuff to do. Like, I guess it's subjective entirely what is important to someone or not someone else. So, I signed up to volunteer at the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society, and I don't want to show up with stained purple eyes. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. So let's hope my cell turnover rate is spot on and, you know, not lagging. For those on the market for brushes, I definitely recommend Luxie. Luxie, by far, of all the years that I've been doing makeup, is honestly the best. They are the most gentle, and they come in a variety of collections. Honestly, I'm pretty biased to the rose gold collection. To me, it's just the prettiest. But they also have, I believe, a Dreamcatcher one. They have a Summer Days one. They also have a... And I apologize if I mispronounce it. I'm apologizing preemptively, so please do not come for me if I mispronounced it. The Gaia collection, that one was also really pretty. Actually, this is from the Luxie 246 is from the Gaia. Again, I apologize if I mispronounced it. It was unintentional. But yeah, they have amazing quality and they are so great for delicate skin, because a lot of brushes, they're on the rougher side. They're for more durable skin that isn't as sensitive, that won't get irritated and swell up like mine will. So I'm just doing the same thing but to the other eye. And you always want to start with especially when it comes to new products, you always want to start with a little bit and then build your way up. So what was everybody for Halloween? Did anybody do anything for Halloween? I personally did not. I slothed out, ate food, drank some wine, you know, true adulting things. But I did see on Instagram a lot of my friends and people that I follow got so creative, like, props, because it takes a lot to get creative from point A to point B and the follow through. Like some of my friends are like cosplay level with their costumes, so applause. Next I'm going to be taking Exposed, like I was planning on earlier, but misstepped. I'm going to be using my Alamar Cosmetics blender brush, and I'm going to be blending that as my transition color. Time to change the song. Alright, so now it's To a T, the stripped version by Ryan Hurd. This is a very beautiful and romantic song. Or it is. I can't say this because I can't play it for copyright purposes. I think I need a little more controversy right here in the corner. Blend that out. See, my issue with colors is I'm looking at it in the mirror and it looks blended. But I'm looking at it in the mirror that I have over here, the larger mirror, and it's nope. Struggle. We're going with it. Itchy moment. Oh no! Pardon me. My other camera shut off, so there's gonna be a gap. It is what it is. You win some, you lose some. now it is Die a Happy Man by Thomas Rhett. Alright, well, we're just moving on now. In my opinion, if you gotta spend too long blending it, it ain't worth the hassle. They are good colors. Again, I am not very comfortable, I guess. I don't use them very often, as I've explained in a previous stream. Most of my makeup clients are bridal clients and they don't really go for vibrant looks, so that's not really something that I'm familiar with. But I figured if an iconic palette of somebody that I support online is coming out, why not? It's a perfect opportunity to play and get familiar. I also bought the Norvina Pro palettes before I knew what these were going to be looking like. So I have those, but whew, those, like, you get the quality behind it. You definitely do. You get the pigment, you get the lasting power, and they blend really well. But dang, are they potent. And I don't know if it has to do with the lab that they use in China or the ingredients. I'm not entirely sure, but dang, it is like, it gave me a headache when I first opened all three palettes. Same thing. They all came in different days, but potent. So those who are easily triggered by headaches or migraines, heads up. Next I'm going to take my Apology, and I'm going to be using my finger to apply that to my inner and outer lid. This color is great because it's not only just for vibrant looks, but you can also create a nice smoked out plum date night look. Or girls' night, you know, whatever. You don't have to only use it for couple stuff. Alright, so this side I'm blending it with my finger, just so that way y'all can see how well it applies with this application. And then on the other side, I'm going to apply with a brush, just so that way y'all can see the difference in applications for shimmers, because shimmers they're generally apply best with your finger, but sometimes you'll find the little gems where you can apply both and they both apply and wear flawlessly. But we're gonna try it. So for that, I'm gonna be using the Urban Decay Naked. I don't remember. I know it's a part of their Good Karma collection. I just don't remember exactly what it's called. It's an eyeshadow brush. We're gonna be using that on my left eye. Okay, well, as you can see, there is a distinct difference. Obviously, it grabs better. I believe it's just because of the oils in your finger that I don't know. I'm not a chemist, I'm not a biologist, I don't know the technicalities behind it. Oh my gosh, I look terrifying on camera because of the fallout. Ugh. Oh, and also because of my scary pimple. Anyways, yeah, so save time, save product, save stress, and just apply those shimmers with your fingers, if you can. I mean, I can do it on myself, but generally when I have clients, most people don't like you to touch their face with their fingers. So, oh, excuse me, that was gross. Yeah, you pretty much have no choice but to use brushes when I work with clients. Oh my gosh, why does it look like I'm about to, my hand is gonna eat my face. Much better. Look how deep that purple is. Ooh, gorgeous color. Digging it. So as y'all can probably guess by now, I'm going to be creating a halo eye, but I'm not going to be using concealer. I'm just going to be using the product and seeing how well they can work without having to cut with concealer. Personally, I don't like using concealer to cut at all, just because I feel like it's just way too much product on your lid and encourages premature aging. But again, preference. Some people, they prefer that and it works flawlessly on them and their skin bounces back beautifully. Now, I forgot the last song I was playing, but now it's Graveyard by Halsey. I'm sure everybody, well, probably, I know at least over like half of the population's heard it, but Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish. That specimen is so freaking talented. She's got such a beautiful voice and just, she makes good music. She's talented. Just check the song out. Even if you've never heard her before or heard her music and you're like, nah, it's not really my thing, I'm pretty sure everyone will like Everything I Ever Wanted. Alright, so next I'm going to take The Simulation, which is this beautiful, bright, shimmery blue, and I'm going to be applying that to my mid-lid. Ooh, girl. Ooh, too much on. My apology. Don't ask me why I thought this might be a good idea. I was just like, you know what? Oh my gosh, that is blue! So blue. We're going with it. It doesn't matter. It's makeup, it washes off. It's not that big of a deal. Oh my gosh, that's just, oh. I kind of just want to keep packing it on. It's just such a beautiful blue. Is that just me? Okay, that's fine. Alright, then I'm going to take a little more of my apology and kind of like blend those a little better. Yep. Yep. Cool. A little more this one. The blue seems to, I don't know, kind of, I guess, fizz off. I'm hoping it doesn't permanently do that. Alright, so next eye, doing the same thing. I'm going to get the color on my mid-lid first, and then blend them afterwards. So back with a little mypology, or blend those a little better. I'm digging it. I mean, it may look stupid on camera, but you know what? It's an experiment. Alright. Now that that's done, I need to wipe my hands off because I don't want any colors affecting any other colors unless intended. Time to fuel up. If anybody has not tried G Fuel before, I definitely recommend it. I've tried Monsters, Red Bulls. Red Bulls to me are honestly the worst. Like, I just crash so hard with them. I've tried Bangs, I've tried Rock Stars, pretty much anything that you can find at a grocery store I've tried. And then one of the YouTubers that I follow, you know, suggested G Fuel. And a lot of when you're trying a new flavor of anything, you're always very cautious of the flavors because you don't want to buy something and then it be disgusting and then you're stuck with a product that tastes gross. You know, you just spent hard-earned money on it. So I stuck with because I had been drinking, I stayed with Bang for quite some time. That was the most effective one and I didn't get a crash, I didn't get the jitters, and it was awesome. But my favorite one, I do not like carbonated energy drinks. That is my thing. It's just, I'm not a fan. So it's hard to take myself seriously looking in the camera when I have all this fallout that looks like I got punched in the face. So my favorite was the peach sweet tea, I believe is what it was called. Anyways, so I generally stayed within those guidelines and chose the peach iced tea, I believe is what it's called, with G Fuel, and that's my personal favorite. I am excited and interested to try the strawberry shortcake one, the strawberry sherbet one, because people suggest it is phenomenal with milk. Actually, one of my followers in particular, Jeremy, suggested I try those two with milk. So shout out to Jeremy. Alright, so now that that's done, so we're gonna put this palette away for now. Next, I'm gonna take the Urban Decay Black palette, or the black palette, however you want to word it to make you comfortable. And I'm gonna use my Luxie 221 flat definer brush for that, and I'm gonna be taking the color Jet. So the main concept behind this is a discontinued palette, by the way, so I mean, it's still Urban Decay quality, it's still a great palette, it's still a great product, but the palette itself is discontinued, and I understand why, because at the end of the day, when you try to blend pretty much any of these, they turn a black or grayish version of what they are. So even this blue that is pretty obviously blue, even the green and the jet, when you blend them, it pretty much just turns like a dark gray or black with just a hint of that color. So I could see why this was discontinued. I mean, it's still great quality, it still applies really well, doesn't crease, everything that Urban Decay is, but I generally stick to these colors as my upper lash line colors, just to give the look of a denser lash line without having to use liquid eyeliner. And I'll just use a coordinating color with whatever look I'm doing. So for my neutral looks, I'll generally stick with Cobra, but since my look is bluish purple, I think I'm gonna go with Jet. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jet. Alright, so now I'm listening to After Rain by Dermot Kennedy. He is also one of those acoustic people. He's like Dylan Rockoff or Ben Howard. His stuff recently has gotten more pop oriented. I do prefer his original stuff that, for those of you who don't know, I mentioned this before, he used to be in another band called Shadows and Dust, and a lot of his original stuff from like Doves and Ravens, I believe is what the album is called. Yeah, that was actually the demos that the band released before they broke up, and I guess they gave him the rights, licensing, I don't know, terminology or whatever, or maybe he was the one that wrote the songs in the first place. No idea. But to me, that's his best music. He is a talented artist, a very talented musician, but his stuff nowadays is more pop-oriented, so that's why I kind of prefer the older stuff. Bringing it back to makeup, I'm going to be using my Luxie brush to apply it tightly along my upper lash line. I like to do my eye makeup before my face makeup just because I don't have to worry about fallout. I can get messy with it and not have to worry that I'm going to have to redo my foundation, waste product, waste time. It's just immensely easier to do the eyes first. Ow! Why do I always do this? No matter how cautious I try to be, I always end up poking myself in the eye. I get way too crazy, way too confident, and I'm just like, merp. Let's see. What do y'all think so far? Decent? I mean, again, you'll see a distinct difference whenever I remove all the fallout, but for what it's worth, what do y'all think? Good? Bad? Don't quit my day job, even though being a makeup artist is my day job. Alright, so done with that color. Now, for the part that so many of us have been waiting for, removing the fallout. You can use pretty much any makeup remover. Right now, I'm just going to use the Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water, the waterproof one. It's more gentle. Again, dry sensitive skin. And I just like to use a cotton swab. That way I can create a nice fine line, like as I clean up around my eye. So shake up some product. Oh no! Whoops. I made a whole mess. Yay! You fellow Geminis know what I'm talking about. You know the feels. Alright, bear with me. I have to start the other camera again. Because unfortunately it is it's a pain in the butt. It's got a 20-minute timer. Again, this is a work in progress. I'm trying to figure out what works, include everybody. Cool. Alright, so, oh man, that's buffering so bad. I'm so sorry, everybody. Alright, so I do see a bit of staining from the purple, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So there's that. And y'all see what I mean about creating that clean line? I'm pretty sure I'm going to need another cotton swab just because of the staining on this. Mm-hmm. first, and then I'll move on to the other side. Ta-da! Y'all notice the difference? This side to this messy side? Yeah. Oh, wrong side. So we're gonna need one more. I was really hoping I didn't need more than one cotton swab, you know, trying to have as little waste as possible, but you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. So I wanted to start streaming Red Dead 2, but unfortunately, as I've said already, I am new to streaming, so I do not have all the gear. I do not have a capture card. I unfortunately also do not have a webcam to connect to a PS4. So that's gonna have to be put on the back burner right now. It's mostly just going to be Xbox related stuff because my one comes with a Kinect. So shout out to Xbox for including accessories in their box instead of PlayStation making you buy separate accessories. Rude. I mean, I'm sure there was a bundle that created both, but that's besides the point. See? So much nicer. So much nicer. Alright. Now, I'm going to be applying the Ordinary's High Spreadability Fluid Primer. This thing is so messy. This is it. I love this primer. It's really good, especially for dry skin, but man, is it messy. Alright, so I'm applying one on each major region of my face, so one on my forehead, one on my mid region, and one on each cheek, and then I'm just going to distribute that with my fingers. Alright, so now I'm listening to Living by Dukes Bentley. Oh no! I feel a pimple coming on. Not another one. You think acne is awful as a kid? Man, wait till acne as an adult. I feel like people judge you way more for it because they're like, okay, you should grow out of that by now. And they don't realize, I'm sorry for my genetics. It is what it is. Alright, so now, as I've said before, your girl loves glitter. Like, to me, there is never enough glitter. I don't care what you say. I don't care if y'all make fun of me for being a, was it a festival girl? Is that what they are? The ones that just put glitter on everything? Whatever. I like glitter. Tons of it, all the time. I'm that person. So I'm going to use the Cover FX Glitter Drops in the color Nova. And I got this bad boy from my BoxyCharm subscription. I can't remember if it was the regular BoxyCharm or the BoxyLuxe. There is a difference if you aren't aware. One is like an upgraded version of the original. They also just came out with the BoxyCharm Prime? No, Premium. BoxyCharm Premium. I will be doing an unboxing stream as well, and then uploading that stream to YouTube, so that way, again, everybody's included. But yeah, so the BoxyLuxe is every 3 months. BoxyCharm is every single month, and they just rolled out BoxyCharm Premium, which will, from what I'm told, will also be every month. So I'm just going to apply 1 drop each major area. Well, that one had 2, but it's fine. Now I'm just, don't do this, folks. I don't share this one with my clients, so I'm not too worried about cross-contamination. But if you do share products like this that have to have applicators go back in, or dispensers go back in the bottle, do not touch them. Again, oh my god. You see what I mean? That's intense. Beautiful. Just for sanitation purposes, don't be gross. Because then you're not only risking an infection for someone else, you're risking an infection for yourself when you go back and use that product again. Oh man. Oh man. I'm so shiny. I don't know how many of y'all have seen Moana, but every time I see myself in the mirror when I apply this on my face, oh my god, I'm so shiny. It reminds me, I definitely applied too much. That extra drop was too much. It reminds me of Jermaine Clement's. Oh my god, I literally look like the Tin Man. How funny. It reminds me of Jermaine Clement, is he a hermit crab in Moana? But anyways, it reminds me of his song, I'm So Shiny. Because that's what I feel like. Just so shiny. So shiny. Don't worry, the foundation will cover this up. But it's still funny to see, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And that's it, I'm done. Just kidding. Definitely not done. I need to get something to thoroughly wipe my hands off. Sorry if my butt got in view. I apologize. That was not my intention. I do prefer to sit on the floor. I do have, or I had, I'm moving everything around so that way I have a gaming setup, but I did have a table set up for my makeup, but to me, I don't know, I just feel a lot better, a lot more centered when I can sit on the ground and just spread out all the goodies that I'm going to play with. Oh my god, I cannot take myself seriously looking at the camera like this. Woo! That's hardcore. So shiny. I love it. All the glitter. Alright, so now I'm listening to Be Alright by Dean Lewis. Time for foundation to cover this up. Oh! Be right back. I need to wet my sponge. If I can remember where I put it. This is pretty much the story of a Gemini. I have everything, and then somehow everything just walks away. Uh-oh. I might just have to bust out a new one, because I really don't know where it could have, like, wandered off to. Oh, man. Oh, found it. Haha. It's right beside me. Alright, so I like to use the Juno sponge. This is, I prefer the microfibers. Oh, that's so gross. I just scratched my nose and then touched my sponge. Whatever, it's my sponge. Leave me alone. I didn't pick my nose. Calm down, everybody. But I prefer the Juno & Co. microfiber sponge, if I'm being 100% honest. What is happening? Okay, I guess there was crap connection. My bad. Like I said, I prefer the microfiber one. I just got this one for free with a purchase, so I wanted to use this before I get back to my favorite. But this one is still really good. It just doesn't have the microfiber one. It is significantly, I don't even know if I have any other, yep, I still do. I've had these sitting here for I don't know how long, just because I don't use beauty blenders anymore. I mean, they are the OG, but they are just so overpriced, and to be honest, yeah, I know, I've used it, but look at that. Distinct size difference. To me, they are so much easier to hold in your hand because they double in size, and holding something smaller in your hand is a lot more difficult, at least for me, and I'm sure other people with hand and wrist injuries can agree. So yeah, I always recommend this to my clients, or Juno & Co.'s sponges. This one feels so freaking soft, and it honestly blends immensely better than my Beauty Blender ever did. Sorry, Beauty Blender, but yeah, Juno & Co. is where it's at. This is still a really good, if you don't like microfiber, or if you just don't like the microfiber finish, to me it is better, but this is still a really good option. This is from their Cloud Sponge collection, and I'm dusting this off because I have lint everywhere in my house. No matter how much you dust, when you got dogs, you have lint everywhere. So this is lint. I have to go wash it. But this is from their Cloud collection. This is the Storm one, and the Cloud one is just a white sponge, or a beige sponge. Off-white, you get what I mean. I'm gonna go wet this real quick, and I will be right back. Time to pick some new jams. Now I'm listening to La Di Da by Lennon Stella. For those of you who are not familiar with her, she got her come up was with the show in Nashville that I was a diehard. Even though it's discontinued, I'm still a diehard fan of, because I love Hayden Panettiere. I apologize if I mispronounce her last name, but she's beautiful. She's so talented. Alright, I'll stop fangirling and move on. So remember what I said about how big it gets? Yeah. It's so much more convenient to hold this kind of sponge than teeny tiny beauty blender. For foundation, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation in the color Swan. Let's hope 3 pumps is enough. I have hit and miss days with this foundation. Sometimes it works amazing, and then sometimes it just hates my skin, because it is a matte formula, and matte formulas generally do not work with dry skin. They generally are formulated for oily peeps, but I'm a rebel, and here's to hoping. Oh my gosh, man, I look really cool. Alright, so I'm just wiping up the excess on this sponge, and then I'm going to just blend away. I may honestly not even need concealer, because the coverage on this is pretty hardcore. Alright, I'm just going to take these out for now, even though that was a good song. Ooh, this one sounds so gross, because I don't know what it is about its formulation, but it is so tacky. And once it dries on your face, if you try to touch it again, you're pretty much just gonna pull all the foundation off. I don't know why, it's just formulated that way, so you gotta work fast and work well. Whoop. Oopsies, got a little under my eyeshadow, but you know what? We're fine. We'll make it work. Yeah, I know some people watching may not agree with this decision, but I'm gonna go ahead and skip concealer today. I'm just gonna go ahead and set my under eyes. I'm gonna be using, where did I put it? The Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. I got this bad boy from my BoxyCharm subscription. Again, I cannot remember if it was BoxyLux. It's just BoxyCharm in general. As I always recommend to my clients, always have a spare jar to pour product into. For sanitation purposes, you never want to pour it into the lid, because then the lid is just going to get gunked up with bacteria. It's going to get gross. So, just put it in the spare jar. Oh. We got a rogue glint piece. See? Now that it shines not so bad, y'all. Alright, so to set that, I'm going to take the OMG brush from the Cream Shop and just going to dunk it in there. I do not... Sorry, clients, I am not sharing this powder. This powder feels so amazing. And I just dip right into the net. At first, I thought the net was annoying and dumb, but it's very pliable, so you literally just dunk it in, like just press into it, and even if there's no powder above the net, it fills your brush with powder. So I get the idea behind it. Forgive me, Becca, I know not the error of my ways, but I know now. I didn't realize, but my eye look kind of matches my headband. You think? Alright, so I'm just tapping out those creases that sit in there for a minute and then setting powder in there so I don't gotta worry about creases for the rest of the day. Yahtzee. Oh man, I hope I don't get copyright striked for that, because I'm pretty sure that's trademarked. Now I'm going to set the rest of my face, but with the Too Faced Mattifying Loose Setting Powder from the Peach collection. This is the Peach Perfect. Again, always have a spare jar to pour product into. That was for the Becca one. If y'all have not tried this powder, you need to. It smells like peaches and cream. It is amazing. And I know this is gonna sound weird, but bear with me. It tastes amazing. I know your first thought is, why would it matter if your powder tastes good? Well, if you powder your whole face, that powder is gonna get around your mouth area. What happens when you have stuff around your mouth area? You end up tasting it. And tasting sweet peach flavored powder is a lot nicer than tasting chemical flavored powder. So, yeah. I love this stuff. It smells, tastes amazing. It wears amazing. So let's go ahead and just set my face. I'm going to be using my Moda powder brush to do so, and I'm just going to be pressing that powder, patting it all over my face. And I'm tilting my head so that way powder is less likely to fall on my shoulders, more likely to stay on my face. I'm not a fan of how controversial the old owner is. I'm not sure if he still has a part on the company or not anymore. I know Estee Lauder did buy out Too Faced. I am not a fan of how controversial he is though. I will say the company itself does make some great products. Too Faced is probably one of my favorite brands, one of the original brands I started buying when I started buying high-end luxury makeup. But yeah, the owner, he's not my favorite brand owner. I don't want to gossip about people. I don't want to badmouth people, especially because they're strangers. We're all human. I'm human. I've made mistakes. I've said, done things I'm not proud of and that I wish I could take back. So I'm just hoping that's what his mindset is on the things he's done. The only difference is he was under a microscope because he is, you know, a celebrity. He's a makeup brand owner, or was before he sold it. So that's the difference between people like me and people like him, is my mistakes are generally not under a microscope and publicized. His are. So I try to be human in that aspect and hope that he's acknowledged what he did. He learned his lesson. Now he's gonna move on, take that knowledge and that lesson learned with him. Next, I'm going to apply mascara, and I'm going to be using the Pretty Vulgar Faux Reals Black Swan mascara. Just that way it gives my my powder time to set, adhere to my foundation, and just I'll just be nicely set together. What is everybody's favorite mascara? I know a lot of people are pro falsies versus pro mascara. I personally am pro mascara, and I like to, well, I wouldn't say I like to be, but in my opinion, I generally buy the, I guess you could say, the more luxury brand ones. And if I'm spending $30 on a mascara, I shouldn't need to buy falsies. You know what I mean? But then again, dang, do some girls, or well, most girls, I mean even boys on Instagram, look beautiful with falsies. They make me want to, but that just seems like way too much maintenance. I ain't about that life. As I'm here streaming doing makeup for quite some time. Mascara is one of those things, like, I cannot be without. You know those posts they'll be on like Instagram or Tumblr, I mean even Twitter sometimes. Some brands will even put them on Snapchat. It really just depends what platform you're more popular on, where you'll see it the most. But they'll put, oh, you can only pick one. You have to live without the others. And it's like mascara, foundation, brows, or lipstick, or I can do without foundation, I can do without eyeshadow, I can do without brows. I cannot do without mascara. This is my vice. If I had to pick one thing that I was only allowed to wear, it'd be mascara. To me, mascara is just happiness in a tube. I really love this mascara because it genuinely does feel like it creates nice natural falsies look. And I mean, y'all saw I put quite a few coats on and I'm still not a clumpy little tarantula, so that's nice. Next, I'm going to do my brows. First, I like to brush out the foundation that's chilling in my brows with the Luxie 201 Brow and Lash Brush. Just spoolie that out. Then, yeah, I'll get there when I get there. Or I'll say it when I get there. I'm gonna go ahead and put some music back going in my earpieces. Oh, hey, Miley. Let's see. Oh, Follow the Ocean by Ziggy Alberts. That's a good one. Believe it or not, growing up, I actually had thicker eyebrows, but after years and years of overplucking, because if anybody remembers the 90s and early 2000s, it was cool to have skinny eyebrows. And so I hated my eyebrows because my eyebrows were naturally thick. Oh, I can't see that. Oh my god, I'm a blind little bat. Lelia? I believe? Did I say that right? Hello? How are you doing today? Maybe I should just refresh this page because it's just not, for some reason it's not showing up on my Surface. I can see it on my phone because I'm streaming off of my phone, but I have my Surface hooked up so that way I can see chat better. Alright, so now for brows, I'm going to take the iconic London eyebrow cushion and I'm going to apply the darker color from my brow arch outwards and then the lighter color from my brow arch inwards. Is that Layla or Lila? I don't want to mispronounce it. And I'm good. Thanks for tuning in, man. Have you tried the Jeffree Star Shane Dawson palettes yet? So Layla, okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. I do. Do you as well? I know it's not very popular on this platform, but I like the interaction more here versus just posting videos on YouTube, even though I'm going to post a stream on YouTube, just so that way my followers there don't feel like I left them hanging. But I don't know, I like the aspect more where you can interact live with people who are viewing. Maybe that's just me. Do you like playing with makeup? Depends. What do you mean? What's the best advice? Like eyes, mascara? For downturn eyes, I probably would not suggest thick winged eye. That would only make your eyes look smaller. It just depends. Are you talking about like colorful looks, neutral looks? What kind of, like, I'm sorry. I just, a little more of a gauge. Jeremy, what's up? Congrats, man. Don't forget to get that ice cream. Treat yourself. Generally speaking, Layla. Sweet, man. Grab yourself a snack and a show. Not much. I'm honestly over halfway done with the look. But Layla, so generally for downturned eyes, when it comes to eye makeup specifically, you're going to want to pick up the darker color that you put in the depth, just so that way it kind of picks up and sharpens the end look of your eye. When downturned eyes, they kind of, wherever you put the depth or the dark color in your eye is how it's going to shape your eye. So when you put that depth and you kind of angle it a little upwards, then that's going to create a more, I guess you could say, balance. So it's going to make your eyes look more centered and focal point, if that makes sense. Kind of. I hope that saying that didn't offend you. I didn't mean to, if that's what it did. But at the end of the day, that's pretty much all makeup is. It really is just an illusion. It's just paint on the face. Alright, so now I'm listening to Heartless by Diplo and Morgan Wallen. As I've explained, I have a pretty broad taste in music, so it's more like country mixed with a little bit of, is it pop? Dance? Not entirely sure what the genre is of that. I know it's trying to be country because of Morgan, was it Wallen? Yep. I'm glad you stopped by, Layla. I appreciate your engagement. That's really awesome. I hope I can convince you to come back. I'm going to be trying to do these makeup chit-chats every day. So if you ever get the chance, I'd love for you to stop by again. And if you start doing tutorials, please let me know. Send me a message so that way I can check them out too. Alright, so next I'm going to take actually, I'm going to brush out my brows a little bit just in the beginning. Not in the beginning, in the center. If you like makeup, Layla, I do have a giveaway going on for like all of my social media accounts, and the link is in my Instagram. My Instagram has the same tag, so you can enter that giveaway, and one of the, like, there's a couple of makeup boxes that are of the one of the prize options, so that'd be pretty cool. Unless that's what brought you here. Is that how you even found my channel? Alright, so now I'm going to take the Benefit Cosmetics Chic Parade palette, and I'm going to be starting with the color Hula. I'm going to be doing my contour. I'm going to start with my Luxe 504 large angle brush. I'm going to be applying it on my lower cheekbones, my temples, and my upper hairline, because as you can see, your girl got a big old dome piece, and I gotta try to diminish that a little bit, at least the look of it. Alright, so now I'm tuning into The Wolves by Ben Howard. What games do you like to play, Layla? If you don't mind me asking you. You don't have to answer if you don't want me to talk to you. Just let me know. I went a little too far south. Now I'm starting to like contour the side of my chin or jawline. Not what I was intending. Alright, time for my temples. So, just to mention the... Oh, how cool! I used to play GTA 5, but long story short, my ex ended up taking that console, so all of my game history was lost because I was dumb enough to play under his account and, you know, give him all the achievements. Like a dum-dum. But that's really cool. I'm glad we have that game in common. Do you like Elder Scrolls? Because I just started playing the online version, and I feel like a hamster in a hamster wheel. I feel so lost in that game, and it's fun. It's definitely very captivating in the beginning. I like GTA because you can customize, I mean, not 100% customize, but you can put a preference of music in it, and then you can't get copyright stricken because it's the music in the game. I know that's probably a cheesy thing to like about it, but it's the little things, you know? Yeah, what intrigued me about it is one of the people that I follow, I followed her for years, Jenna Marbles, she mentioned in her YouTube channel that that's one of her favorite games to play, and I was like, wait, what? I like RPGs? I mean, if Jenna Marbles is playing it, it's gotta be pretty darn good, because this Gemini relates to that Virgo. But if you decide to play it, let me know. We could probably stream together. I don't know what time zone you're in, if that's good, if that would be convenient for you or not. Or if you're even interested. I don't want to be pushy. It's kind of a Gemini thing. I kind of just want to be friends with everyone all the time. I can't remember if I'm almost positive I had. I'm gonna have to check. I think I might have GTA 5, or it's 4 I might have. Do you know if it's on Game Pass? Because I got the Game Pass, and that's the only reason I have Elder Scrolls Online. But if it's on Game Pass, I'll definitely download it and see what it is that interests you that might interest me, because like I said, I love RPGs. You're in France? How sick! Oh, it's midnight. Oh man, that's late. I hope you get some good sleep though. That is so cool that you're in France. I'm actually in California. I'm in good old California, and it is 3 o'clock here. 3 in the afternoon. I don't know does France have daylight savings time? I've never been to any other country, so please forgive my ignorance. But there's unfortunately daylight savings time here in America. I don't know if you've ever been here, and now the sun sets around like 4:30. So annoying. Alright, so now I'm going to take Hula Light with my crown brush, blender brush, and I'm going to contour my nose. I love you, Tay Swift, but not right now. Now I'm going to listen to Graveyard by Ray Lynn. It's a struggle being a Gemini and an introvert at the same time, because I want to be friends with everybody, but I'm also too nervous to actually be friends with anybody. Does anybody understand that struggle? I did not use color corrector, so yeah, you're still gonna see this ugly bad boy chilling on my face. We've grown fond of each other. We're best friends. I'll be sad when he goes. Just kidding, I'll be really happy. I hate breakouts. They're not cool. Excuse me. I definitely want to, but it's so friggin' expensive living in California in general. It's so hard to save up money. So it's on my to-do list. I promise you it is, because all of my friends that do visit Europe say that once you're actually there, it is so easy to visit other countries because everything's so close to each other, and you could just, like, it's super easy to be able to travel. There's obviously so much history, so much culture there, so everything just, it feels like it just goes by so fast because you can get to each place so quickly, and because you just absorb so much. It all just, vacation's just gone so quickly. Do y'all get annoyed when tourists crowd up the Eiffel Tower? I don't know where in France that you are, but I mean, I imagine that's pretty much anywhere. Like, people, it's hard for people to enjoy things about their culture and their history when tourists are bombarding all of it. Believe it or not, I've gotten a lot of heck from a lot of my friends because I haven't even gone to Mexico, and Mexico is like 5 hours south of us, or well, where I live in California. Like, it's south of this area, and I used to live in San Diego, and it wasn't even an hour away, and I didn't even go then. So is that where, I'm assuming, again, I'm not from Louisiana, so I don't know 100% history about it, but I'm assuming that's where New Orleans got its namesake from? Because wasn't it purchased from the French? You know, Louisiana Purchase, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Oh man, I'm just so small-brained today on a Monday. Do you, if you don't mind me asking, are you fluent in English, or are there subtitles and that's how, like, there's a communication translation. I do not know, unfortunately, any other language besides English. I tried learning Spanish in high school. It was required, but I pretty much skated through that. I cheated on all my tests, but I got my degree, or not degree, diploma, so they can't touch me now. They can't take it back. It's mine. But you would think that I would know Spanish a lot better because almost everyone in California is bilingual because we live so close to Mexico, but I'm not. Alright, so next I'm going to be taking California. Out of the same palette. If anybody has ever tried this or interested in trying it, there is gold on top, but the downside is once you get through that gold shimmer layer, it's just pink. It's just shimmery coral pink. And it's a beautiful color, but in my opinion it's a bit misleading, so it's kind of... As one of my favorite YouTubers says, I'm not supposed to have an opinion, but that kind of sucks. Well, if you can understand me, I'm already super impressed because my English is, how do I put it? I use way too much slang. I don't use proper grammar. So if you can understand me, you're doing pretty darn well. I'm gonna have to follow your channel because I'm intrigued on how that works. And to be honest, like, I love, this might sound weird, but I love hearing other languages. Like, when people speak Spanish, like when I'm at the store, they'll speak Spanish to each other. And I mean, California is a huge place for tourists and immigrants, so you can hear many other languages, but Spanish is generally the most common one here. Honestly, it feels like a lot more common than English, just because this is such a mecca for immigrants, and I just love hearing how people, like, people's native tongue, like other languages. I don't know, to me it's just soothing. Does that make sense? I think the only one that I haven't heard, like, people, like, out in California is probably German, but I don't really know how I would feel about that because everyone that I know that's been to Germany says that it's a very, how do I put it, aggressive tongue? I do not. I know. I should. I'm one of the anomalies in California that does not speak Spanish. Sorry, I'm losing track. I'm gonna be using California with my Lexi 512 small contouring brush. Oh my god, throwback. Justin Bieber back when he did Baby. Right in the feels. Right in the nostalgia feels. Alright, now I'm going to be checking out one of my idols, Miranda Lambert, and her song, Bluebird. I know a few words in Spanish, and I can understand those few words when they're spoken, but conjugating them is my biggest struggle. How old do I look? I know makeup, like, ages people. How old do you think I am? I'm obviously 18 because I think you have to be 18 to have a stream. No, you're messing with me. What? No, there's no way you think that. I mean, I don't mean to say that's, like, and offend you. That's not what I'm talking about, but what? No one's ever guessed that low. I say that low as if I'm, like, triple that age. I'm actually 27. Yep, old lady. Alright, so done with that palette. Now I'm gonna use the... Aw! That'd be awesome! Yeah! You're 19? How cool! What, if you don't mind me asking, what is the, like, adult age in France? Is it 18 there too? Because it's 18 here. The only reason I'm bringing that up is because I want to, like, double make sure I'm not swearing or anything if you're considered a minor in your country. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. If you don't mind me asking, what's the drinking age there? Do y'all know that it's 21 here? Alright, I can't remember if I mentioned it, but I'm going to be using the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in Purple Dream as my upper cheekbone highlight. I'm going to be using the Lexi 522 tapered highlighter brush to blend it. Yeah, that's pretty much the same here. Unless you're kind of a goody two-shoes like me. I didn't. I mean, there were a few times when I did drink, but I was not one of the cool kids in high school that, you know, avidly went to parties. Yeah, I was raised pretty strict. Alright, so now I'm listening to I Forgot That You Existed by Taylor Swift. I feel like this purple plays really well with the whole look I'm going with. Yeah. I do. I mean, wouldn't it be wonderful if you could just, you know, stream all day like all those hardcore gamers are that have sponsorships? I don't know. Maybe you have a sponsorship? Maybe you're one of the really cool, famous streamers, because I'm still new to Twitch, so forgive me if I have not recognized if you are one of those. What about you, Layla? Do you have one? And what's more importantly, do you enjoy it? Now I'm going to take my Luxie 320 brush and I'm just going to blend this along my nose, my cupid's bow, and my inner eye group. I'll probably start with my eyes just because I don't want to... Whoop. Maybe it'll do better if I... Oh yeah, much better. tuning into Couldn't Tell by Dermot Kennedy. I still feel like it applies better, at least in this area, with my finger. What's everybody think so far? Passable look? Or would I terrify you in public? Aw, that stinks. But I mean, if he was doing wrong, you were doing your job. You shouldn't feel bad about that. And you're still super young, you're 19, so you have plenty of time to figure out what you want to do. And even then, you could always change, or you could decide you want to do one thing. I mean, that's kind of what I did. I became a licensed cosmetologist, then I realized salon life wasn't for me, and then I became a massage therapist. I do both now, but I love massage therapy way more. So, and you know, I'm a Gemini, so I have a very, I guess, frivolous nature. I get bored of things very, very easily, so maybe at some point I will get bored of being a massage therapist and want to do other stuff. But you have so much life to change your mind, pick up, do something else. As long as it makes you happy, it's worth doing it. Alright, so I'm going to be taking that brush and then blending this along the bridge of my nose. Nope, using that same one. I'm gonna apply it and blend it along my Cupid's bow. Dust out. There we go. Just a wee bit more. Yeah, good on you. Good that you stuck up for yourself. I hate when people play the victim cards for whatever reasons, even though they knew that they did wrong. Dang, that's cool. Kudos to you, man. Or girl, I don't know how you identify. I'm sorry, it's just a general term. I don't mean offense by it. That's still awesome though. That's super dangerous, so kudos to you for having a noble heart and wanting to do something so brave. Is it because you like criminal science, the psychology behind it, or you just like, you love being able to solve those puzzles that nobody else can solve? Or maybe you just want to help clean up the world. I don't know, everybody's got different motives. Oh, okay. Almost forgot. Under my brows, I'm going to be using my Mud 300 brush, and I'm just going to be putting it right under my brow arch. Now I'm listening to Shaman's Harvest cover. Shaman's Harvest's cover of Dirty Diana. I am a sucker for originals. To be honest, most remakes bug me because they never do the originals justice, but y'all, this is a beautiful, not beautiful, but like, oh, it is a justified, respectful cover of Michael Jackson's Dirty Diana. I can imagine. He probably came off with some ageism or sexism comments. So, regardless, good on you. Good on you for sticking to your guns and not wavering, even though he was a turd to you. Maybe then he'll learn next time before committing a crime and underestimating people. Alright, so now I'm done with that. Time to finish up with the mini controversy palette. So I'm going to be taking the simulation and I'm going to be using my finger to blend it along the middle area of my lower lash line. Oh my god. Well, I don't know how tall you are. I don't know all the details of this situation. So I just picture this angry old upset man talking down to someone that's younger than him. But it was just a very general assumption, so I apologize. Who knows, you probably have, like, the stature of an athlete and you're, like, super tall and I just look like a dodo bird, assuming. But that's what happens when you make an assumption. You make an ass out of you and mumption. Excuse my language. Dang, girl! Kudos to you. You were blessed. Blessed. I was not as fortunate as you. Brain fart. I can't imagine why he was talking mean to you then. You would think he would be smart enough to, like, you know, play the victim card and, like, being like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Please let me go. Have some sympathy. I'm just an old man. How dumb. Alright, so now I'm going to do the same similar thing. I'm going to be taking my apology with my finger. I'm going to be blending that along my lower lash lines on the inner and outer corners. Why? Because he's so small? Was that why? Was that his joke? Is that he could escape because he's, like, short and swift? I don't know. Like, what logic was behind that comment that he made? Like, he could escape the law because the law was 6'2" and he was, you said 4'8", right? That's a significant difference. I'm not saying that to drag anybody that's short. I'm short. I'm not 4'8" short, but I'm short. And usually it's taller people that have the advantage, so I'm just confused at what logic he had. Alright, so now I'm tuning into An Evening I Will Not Forget by Dermot Kennedy. Oh. Dumb. I'm assuming was he drunk? Because it's a lot harder to escape with little legs. Talking from personal experience, shorter legs don't get you further faster. When I used to like running, I never liked running with my tall friends because it was never fun. They would always outrun me super quickly and then they'd always leave me in the dust and laugh at how slow I was because I've got little legs. I don't know if you ever watched the show Full House. I don't even know if that is available or even aired in France, but the Olsen twins, they had a very popular phrase that says, "Wait for me, I've got little legs." So yeah, it doesn't make sense how... Either way, good thing you put him in his place. Good for you. I guess it just depends on the kind of circumstance. Like, if it was in a very crowded area, I could see where he could probably try to dodge and run. But if it's in an area where you can easily reach him and just, like, extend one way or another, like, if you had room to run and get him, yeah, obviously I feel like you would have the advantage. But if it was in, like, a crowded area where he could literally, like, duck and, like, bob and weave, I guess I could see in that aspect where a short person would have the advantage. But after you've already caught him, what is the point of him being mean? Or are you saying he was mean to you beforehand? Like, when you were trying to catch him? By the way, if you're not allowed to answer any of these questions, like if there are like legal reasons why you're not supposed, like you're not allowed to disclose any details, just let me know. I'll stop asking. I'm not familiar with the law in France, so I don't mean to be nosy and inquire if it's gonna get you in trouble in any way. Alright, so I just did that with this, was it the simulation, and then my apology on the inner and outer corners. Now I'm going to take a blender brush, ideally, no, not that one. Maybe not. I have all my brushes on this, and it feels like they always get lost. I put one in there and then it gets lost. Ah, found it. My Luxie 231. I'm not going to be picking up any product. I'm just going to be blending it. Okay. I just didn't want to get you in trouble because I know, like, in America, like, if a case is ongoing, you're generally not supposed to talk about it until it's closed. Just because, you know, the whole innocent until proven guilty kind of thing. It was more of like the circumstance of how he would or wouldn't have an advantage. Like I don't know the circumstance that y'all were in. Like, was he in a store? Was it open or was it super crowded? Because if it was crowded, like I said, I could understand how he might have an advantage. And also, if he was like being mean to you before or after you caught him. You know, like you would think
in my mind, it would be smart for him to not be a butthole after you caught him, in the sense that he may trigger some sympathy and you let him go. Being mean after you catch him is kind of only solidifying whatever consequence he's gonna have, if that makes any sense. Alright, so, wait, yeah, that is it for this palette. Next, gonna set my face. Well, I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. The nozzle on this one is not too great. It's pretty decent. Setting spray. I'd recommend this for people who want a cheaper setting spray for a daily wear. This is not something that you're gonna put it under extreme circumstances, like super long wear. I would not recommend this over like 8 hours, 9 hours of wear, or any kind of extreme weather. So super cold, super hot, none of that, like humidity. It might. I don't live in a humid climate, but I live in dry heat, and I've tried it. Doesn't work. But the nozzle is not that great, so I do need something that's gonna help me fan it. I'm gonna take this palette out, and I'm just gonna use the backs. Y'all see what I mean? That is some heavy spray. Normally I like to have I actually have a little fan that I use, just because I'm generally too lazy to fan myself. Hello, technology. But that would be way too noisy as far as like for the stream, so I just gotta do it all manually. Which ain't no thing but a chicken wing, it's fine, it's just takes a little extra time, no big deal. But what do y'all think so far? I know I haven't applied my lip yet. And I think that's all I have left after this. Yep, it's my lip. But what do y'all think? Do you like it so far? Oh. Yeah. That still doesn't make sense. You would think he'd try to pull on your sympathy to, like, in hopes that, you know, you might release him if you felt bad enough. Maybe he just wanted to feel like a rebel for a day. I don't know. Bring a little more life back into his old age. Alright, so face is set. Or spray has set. Now, time for lip. And I figured I might as well use a lip that's similar in color to the My Apology, which is weird because, not weird, but when I picked it out, this color is pretty darn close to My Apology, but on my eyes, it looks way more purple than it does like a maroon plum kind of color. But, you know, whatever, we're going with it. Again, it's makeup, it washes off, it's not permanent. Unless you get permanent makeup, then of course that's permanent. But I am too chicken poo to get permanent makeup done. So instead, oh, I should probably mention what I'm using. Duh. I'm using the Smashbox Be Legendary Liquid Pigment in Brick Trick. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe you made him feel like a real rebel. That he had to be caught by someone significantly younger. Maybe it wouldn't have meant so much if he was caught by somebody like in their 30s or 40s. Ooh, I like the applicator on this. It's got a very nice, rich formula. I don't believe this is matte, so it's just gonna stay with a bit of shine the entire time I wear it. I would not let him go. He was mean. Like I said, the only way I could make sense why anyone would let him go is if he tried to play to their sympathy. If he tried to say some sad story that genuinely made me feel bad for him and like, okay, maybe he deserves a second chance. Maybe he genuinely didn't mean to do this. It was just, you know, a reckless idea. But no, especially if he was being mean, like, no, you knew what you were doing. You knew the consequences of your actions, so you're gonna receive them. You're welcome. I think you were justified in what you did. Alright everybody, so that is it for this stream. This is the finished look. Final thoughts on the Mini Controversy palette. I genuinely do like it. The mattes are genuinely so buttery and rich and amazing. They are the best matte formulas I've ever tried in my life. And as I've voiced before, mattes generally, you can feel the dryness in them versus the oils that are put in shimmer eyeshadows. These feel amazing. They blend really well. I know I sat there for quite a while blending it, but it was kind of like when you doodle, you kind of just like get lost in the motion. Excuse me. And the shimmers, I was a little disappointed for the price point that they did not work better with a brush. But it's not like it's out of the ordinary because shimmers with pretty much any kind of formula, no matter if it's drugstore, luxury, high-end, however you want to put a quality name on it, generally they're just gonna apply better with your fingers. Yeah, pretty much. I'd be like, you know what, just... I don't know if it's common in France, but a common phrase out here is like, take several seats. So yeah, I would probably say that. I'd be like, you know what? Enjoy your new jewelry, take several seats, and think about what you've done. Because that's pretty much what he's gonna do. He's gonna reflect back on it. Even though he's old, he's still gonna be like, yeah, that was dumb. Because I still have life to live after I did this. And that's gonna be on his record until he dies. So I can't imagine there's gonna come a point where he was proud he did that. I do love the fact that there is a mirror included in the palette. That is awesome. That is always a huge plus for me. The magnet is pretty secure. It doesn't make it a pain in the butt to open it. I feel like my only issue is kind of with this is that, like, in certain angles you cannot read it, and that's not just with the light that I have set up. That is light in general, like daylight. If I take this outside, the static is just really hardcore. I do appreciate the aesthetic as far as it being like a controversy kind of thing. I thought they're supposed, like, the general rule is it's supposed to be behind them, so that way they can't, so it's harder for them to escape. I mean, I don't know, I'm not a police officer, but I just assume that's all I've ever seen. And the only time I've ever seen cuffs in front is when they're already, like, in jail. Like, they've already been, like, how do I put it? Input through processed. Haha. Big brain. As far as packaging goes, I do love the fact that they have the ingredients on the back. That's super transparent. The only issue is they are not on the actual pallet. So if you want these on hand, you're gonna have to hold on to the box. It's not really an issue for me. I prefer to keep the boxes of products just because, I don't know, I like everything to be feel as new as possible for as long as it can. But yeah, this is a completed look. If anybody has any questions, any input, let me know. I always welcome feedback, as long as you're not a troll. If you were a troll, goodbye. Really? I did not know that. I did not know that. Thank you, Layla. You taught me something new today. Alright, so as far as details, I'm going to download this stream. I will upload it to my YouTube, so that way my followers on YouTube can also watch this, even if they've missed it, because, you know, we're all adults, we work, we have lives. Some people have kids that they have to take care of. They can't just hop on a stream and chill and chit-chat and do makeup at the same time. So I'm going to upload this also to my YouTube channel, and I will list in my blog all the products that I used and what tools I used with them, like all the brushes, sponges, whatnot. But I do appreciate everybody for hanging out, stopping by, and everybody who's engaged said hello. It means a lot. And I will see y'all if y'all want. I do game in the evening, so if y'all want to stop by then, I can see y'all too. If not, I will just be doing my makeup again tomorrow. Ideally, I will be doing it earlier so more people can tune in. But we'll stay posted. Ideally, it'll be in the morning. Again, I am on Pacific. I believe we're in Standard Time now? I don't remember. I'm really hoping they pass that bill where they get rid of daylight savings time in this state, but who knows? Who knows how long that would take, even if they did. Side note, I will see y'all either later this evening or tomorrow morning, and thank y'all for hanging out. Bye!